Alright guys, how's it going? So it's been a couple of weeks since I made a video. I really haven't had much to make a video about. I've just been playing games and doing some bits and pieces around the house. So I got this the other day. It's a multi-cart for the Colecovision, as you could probably tell. So there's a cartridge called the Atari Max Ultimate SD cart, which is made by Atari Max, a guy in America, I think it is. He's either America or Canada, one of the two. So yeah, it's basically the cartridge to get, but it's really expensive. It's $150, and by the time I import it to the UK, by the time you add shipping and import fees and handling fees on top of it, it works out about 130, £140, British pounds. Yeah, so I haven't been able to afford one. I've wanted one for a while, but yeah, I just can't put that sort of money towards a cartridge, like an EverDrive sort of thing. So this is a cheap alternative. This was purchased from a website in France. I'll put up an annotation here to the link for buying these, and I'll put a link in the description below as well. So this cost 42 British pounds by the time I paid shipping on it. So I think it's 37 euros, and then after the conversion rate and the shipping, yeah, it was worked out at £42 and 70p or something like that. So as you can see, there's 192 games on this. Now it's not 192 games, it's 192 programs. Probably about 170 games on it, and then there's like test programs, a couple of demos, that sort of thing. So there's 182 programs on this, and it uses the old-fashioned way of selecting via the dip switches, which is not ideal in this day and age, but obviously it, cuts down on the cost. The guy who made these obviously didn't have to do any software really, make a menu or anything for this. You just select what game you want. I have a list here. He provided a PDF with all the games and what dip switches needed to be set to what for said game. So yeah, it's a really nice piece of kit. I've had it a couple of days now, and I'm really happy with it. There's his web address there, but I'll put a link directly to this card in the description below. So yeah, we'll have a look at the games list here. So like I said, not all of these are games. There's a few demos and test programs, that sort of thing. And I also noticed that not every game for the Colecovision is on this thing. I noticed straight away that there's no Donkey Kong games on it. Donkey Kong Jr. So I'm guessing he had fears of being sued by Nintendo. As everybody knows, Nintendo were very protective. But I'd have put them on it. If I was making this, I'd have put Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Jr. on it. But they're pretty common games, so anyone who has a ColecoVision probably has those cartridges anyway. I do. So I'll have a look here at the games list and the dip switch settings. Obviously I'm not going to list off all the games here. I'll just flick through and you can hopefully see. If you want to have a closer look, you can pause the video. So there's a break here and it sort of starts again. These are two different sized ROMs. So there's I think 16K, yeah, 16K and 32K ROMs. So that's where the 16K ones end and the 32K ones begin. So yeah, loads of games on there that I don't own. Some of these games are very rare, and I probably would have never had the opportunity to play them, apart from on an emulator. And so yeah, it's a nice way of playing the rarer games on the actual hardware. So we'll go to the garage here and we'll stick this cartridge into my Coleco Atom and I'll give you a look at it. Really, there's not a lot to see apart from switching dip switches and playing games. So the good thing about using this with the Atom is you can plug in a cartridge with the power turned on. If you have it in the computer mode, the cartridge part, the Colecovision part isn't running. So you can stick it in and then you hit reset for the Colecovision side of it. So I'll turn the light out here and give you a better viewing of the gameplay. What I've actually been doing is switching these dip switches without actually taking the cartridge out, just to save the cartridge and the cartridge slot from any additional wear or tear. So yeah, it's just a matter of getting that sheet, looking at what dip switches you need, and then I'm using a little fine screwdriver just to flick the switches up and down, pick what game I want. So this is just the last game I was playing. It was Dig Dug. Again, there's not really much to show you. Just you know, you set the switches, you pick what game you want. And when I want to play another game, I reset the Atom side of the Atom, the computer side of the Atom, and yeah, I can now easily switch those dip switches just using a little fine screwdriver. And then I just reset the Colecovision side of the Atom. So that's one good thing about the Colecovision is it has loads of really good arcade ports. So there are a few homebrew games on this as well. He has been very good. The guy that made this has been very good, and he seems to have only included stuff that has been released to the public domain. So he hasn't ripped off any, of the homebrew companies. Anything that's on this seems to have been released, for free. So this is one of the homebrew games. So that's about it. Really, there's not much else I can tell you about this thing. Uh, yeah, it's a really nice, cheap alternative to the Atari Max cartridge. You can buy 3 of these for the cost of an Atari Max. It's not my intention to diss the Atari Max cartridge in any way. I hope to own one day. They're just prohibitively expensive, in my opinion. Like 150 quid is, another couple of quid, and you can basically buy an atom. Uh, yeah, so yeah, it's a lot of money, but hopefully one day I'll have the spare cash and I'll be able to get one. In the meantime, this thing will do lovely. It's a very nice alternative and at a fraction of the cost. So if you're interested in one of these, check out the link in the description below. There's a link directly to these. As far as I know, they ship worldwide. I bought this, ordered it on the Thursday evening, late on the Thursday evening, and it arrived on the Saturday morning. So that was all up from France to Ireland. That was really quick shipping, no messing about. Really, really happy. Definitely recommended. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one. Bye for now.